Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Lianne Russo Liddell from Occasio Realty. I'm an associate broker and realtor there, and today I am here with Tiffany Arenas, the founder and lead educator at Play, Love, Repeat. And I'm really excited to talk to Tiffany because Play, Love, Repeat is an amazing company that promotes learning and education through play. And I've had the pleasure of bringing my daughter to some of Tiffany's classes in person and online. So thanks so much for joining me, Tiffany, and I'm really excited to dive right in and learn more about you and more about your business. So um, let's go ahead and take it away. Tell me a little bit about your business and how you got started.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me, Leanne.
Of course.
Play, Love, Repeat is an educational service provider, and we really look at approaching education and working with kids through a play-based and loving lens. We know that when children feel loved and supported, that they are ready to learn. They really need that foundation and they need to be heard. And play is something that's very natural to kids. They're learning
Absolutely.
all day long as they manipulate objects and experiment with mud and go throughout their day. And Play, Love, Repeat is a good opportunity to help support them in their play and also to support parents in embracing play, because play sometimes gets a bad reputation for not being educational enough. But if we really look
Absolutely.
at what's happening with kids when they're playing, you can see everything that's happening, all of those higher level thinking skills, and we can really support that. And the way
Awesome.
that we got started, my son is a toddler, and it was time to think about preschools. So I went and toured preschools, and I cried at every single school. They
Okay.
just didn't feel right. A lot of them took away the play, and they were very academic. Not that
Mm-hmm.
there's anything wrong with academics, but some of the schools were not supporting kids in a developmentally appropriate way. There is a way to do that,
Absolutely.
focus on the academics, but I didn't really see that happening. So I wanted to start my own play school in my backyard for my son. That was really my vision, to really find a place where kids feel loved, supported, and could play outside and connect with nature. Then the pandemic hit. So I had to think about other ways to work with kids in that way. And that's when I shifted to working online with families.
Okay. What are some of the classes right now that you're doing online to support families and children?
Right now, one of my favorite classes is Kindness Rocks. It is a one-time class where we read a story and we're inspired to create kindness rocks and to come up with a plan. So it challenges children to think about what kindness means and how they can spread kindness.
I
Even
love it.
though thinking about other people and being kind and sharing, those are very high level concepts for kids. So they might not be able to articulate it at this point, but we can start supporting them and planting those positive seeds in their minds now. So that's one of my favorite classes and one of the most popular classes.
That sounds awesome. Um, Obviously, with the pandemic, like you said, it's kind of changed things. But what are some goals that you have for the next year with Play, Love, Repeat?
I would love to work with more homeschool groups and homeschool families so that they don't feel the pressure to provide all the content to their kids, and they can have some supplemental resources through circle times or guided play. And it's also, I don't only just work with the kids, but I also try to support the parents. I
Okay.
know that as a parent, especially when I was involved in Tinkergarten as a parent, which is another awesome organization that I work with, I learned so much about meeting my son where he was at and embracing the direction he chose. And just, I felt really supported as a parent. And that is what I want to provide to other parents as well. Because parenting has become this capital P, where
Yes.
it's a product that's being sold to us. And we have all this pressure. Are we doing the right things? Are we in the right school? Are we teaching them early enough? And it's, unfortunately, a lot of what we're pressured to do isn't developmentally appropriate or supportive of our kids. So any way that I can help remind parents that their instinct to play or their instincts about their kids are correct, I'd love to help them see those light bulb moments and just relax a little bit more into parenting. So hopefully I'll be able to work with even more families in the next year.
That's awesome. Well, I'm definitely here to do whatever I can to support you to make that happen. So I'm excited to hear that, and um, looking forward to just kind of see where it goes and what happens.
Okay.
Moving on to more of a personal note, what are some of your favorite things to do in and around Phoenix?
Before I go to that, Leanne was one of my first families I ever worked with. And so
That's true. I
she's
was.
helped me learn and grow a lot. And I really appreciate you letting me, make mistakes and giving me feedback and supporting me in those early years.
Of course. Of
For fun,
course.
I like to just be in nature. As a kid, I loved nature, and then I kind of forgot about it and lost that as an adult. So we
Most of
like to
us
go
do, I think,
to
unfortunately.
So we like to go to places like the Reach 11 Frog Pond and try to catch tadpoles, which we never successfully do, and get muddy and sometimes get lost, which is kind of fun trying to figure out how to get back.
Okay.
I really like walking the neighborhood at night with my family and just little simple things that
Hmm.
are fun. Those are my favorite things in town to do.
Awesome. We have some neighbors that have two baby goats, which my daughter has named Baby and Onion. And so we go and walk over to their house. They're like a quarter mile away. So sometimes we walk over there and see them, and she's like, can we go see Baby and Onion? And I agree, just kind of like those little things. And it's kind of neat to find that kind of stuff, even though you're in the middle, of the city, that you can still find stuff like that. So I like that you like to go on neighborhood walks too. And I feel like I always see something different. So
Yes.
it's always really neat. Um, so those are some, kind of favorite places to go. When you're not working, what other things do you like to do? Obviously, spend time with your family, but is there
Mhm.
anything else that you want to share about?
It's really been a lot about my son. So I'm actually struggling with what are my hobbies and what do I like to do, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate
I
to.
can also relate to that. Who am I as a person outside of mom and outside of job? So, okay,
Mhm.
awesome. Well, is there anything exciting coming up in any of the classes that you're offering? Is it an ongoing enrollment? What should
Sure.
what should people be aware about?
I do have ongoing classes. There's a bi-weekly circle time, which is play-based. So
Okay.
you're not going to learn about letters in my class unless the kids show an interest in that. Then I always follow their lead. But it's really going to be about playing and having fun, but also working on those fine motor skills with Play-Doh projects, gross motor skills with moving and singing, and having that sense of community. So
Awesome.
families are welcome to sign up for a couple weeks or a couple months, whatever fits their budget and their schedule.
Okay.
That's really exciting. And then I'm also teaching some classes through Tinkergarten online as well. And there's a wellness season coming up. So it's a
Oh,
really nice
okay.
way to talk about kindness and reflect on the positive things that have come out of the pandemic and give us some tools to kind of support ourselves and slow down and be in the moment. So I'm really looking forward to that season as well, which should be announced soon.
That's awesome. And just so everybody knows that's watching this video, all of the links for Tiffany's classes and her information will be below, so you can reach out to her, ask her any questions that you might have, or sign up for any of her classes that you have. So um, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Once again, I am Lianne Russo Liddell, Associate Broker and Realtor at Occasio Realty. And thank you again to Tiffany Arenas from Play Love Repeat. And be sure to check out our local community website at parkbench.com/Madison-Groves. And if you have a business that wants to be featured, please reach out to me and let me know, and we'll get something going. So have a great day. Thanks.